I am going to show you guys how I make my quick and easy potatoes in the microwave. They're really good and they're fast, so it's a good thing to make like on a weekday if you don't have a lot of time and you need to make a quick dinner. Alright, so we're going to start with the potatoes. I have a family of 5, but usually my potatoes are larger than this, but I'm just trying to eyeball it because they're so small today. I don't know why the bag of potatoes were so small, so I just started with this amount. So once I get to cutting them, we will see if it's enough. But the first thing I do is wash my potatoes really, really well because I'm keeping the skin on. So I'm going to start by washing them. And I use my dish liquid to wash them really well. Can you hold it? You can see how dirty they are, how dirty this water is getting already. And I've only washed 1 potato. Alright, so now we've scrubbed up all the potatoes and I'm just going to rinse them off. Clean. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start cutting them up. I said I'm not going to peel them except for when they have really bruised up parts. Those I will go ahead and peel off. But other than that, I'm going to cut them up and I'm not going to peel them. Pause it for a second. Like I said, I have my potato peeler here and I'm just going to go ahead and shave off those rough parts. This potato looks a little rough, so alright, so now the way that I'm cutting them up is I go ahead and put 1 slice down the middle. Once I get 1 slice down the middle, I go ahead and just cut them in chunks like this. And then I'm just going to throw them in my bowl.
wait, there is no juice.
Gosh.
Oh, dang.
I need to turn this flashlight back on.
Okay, so I have cut up all the potatoes. I ended up not adding any potatoes. I stuck with how many I had in the beginning. So I had them all cut up, as you can see. And so now I'm just going to go ahead and season them. So first thing I use, once again, when I cook, I always use extra virgin olive oil. So I'm going to go ahead and put a lot of that on my potatoes. Okay, so I get a lot of that on there. I mentioned before in my last video that onion powder is one of my favorites, so I also add that to the potatoes. And you can just add as little or as much seasoning as you like. I like mine very seasony, so I put a lot.
Can you use basil or parsley?
Either.
It's better.
I mean basil to me. Alright, so after that, I think I'm going to put a little bit more onion powder. I like to add a lot of onion powder. Sometimes I actually even cut up some onions with it. I'm not doing that today. So now I'm going to add black pepper. And you guys, you're going to see this is really easy and quick. Like once you do it once or twice, it won't take you but a couple minutes to do it. And it's all just going to be cooked right here in the same bowl. Now, also I'm going to add seasoning salt. You can skip the salt, you know, if you're trying to stay low sodium. I try not to do a lot of salt in my potatoes because I don't like my potatoes to be salty. But a little bit of Lawry's goes a long way. And then last, after I put in all the other ingredients, I go ahead and add my basil or parsley. But I love basil and I'm out of parsley, so I'm just going to do basil today. But oftentimes I'll do either or. Or if you don't have basil, it's really good with rosemary. A lot of times I'll use rosemary seasoning as well. Especially if I'm going to make rosemary chicken. Okay. And also, if you want to, if you have a ranch packet, you can add a little ranch seasoning packet in there. It'll be really good. I don't have any, but I do have my onion dip. So I'm going to add a pack, or maybe just a half of a pack of that. Yeah, I have a half a pack, so it's already open. So I'm just going to add a little, what I have left in the pack.
Onion bit.
Yeah, it has little onion bits. It's a lot more in here than I thought. It's probably more than half. I don't think I used much of it the first time. Alright, and now I'm just going to go and add a little bit of water. Okay, so now I'm just going to add about a half a cup of water to it. Not a lot, so just about a half a cup of water. I'm going to mix it around some more. Of butter, and then I'm just going to put a little bit of butter on the top. Okay, so we're going to just add a couple of slices of margarine or butter, whatever you prefer to use. I'm using Blue Bonnet, I believe, Blue Bonnet margarine. And you can feel free to skip this step if you want to, you know, just go with your olive oil and that's it. You can skip this. Alright, so now we've added the butter. So now we're ready to go ahead and let it cook. So I'm just going to take, if you noticed what I've been cutting up the potatoes on, it was actually just a lid. It was not a cutting board. So I'm going to just go ahead and cover the potatoes like this. I'm not covering it tightly. I'm just loosely placing the top on. And we're going to just go ahead and stick it in the microwave. I like to give it a little mix around before I do. And we're going to stick it in the microwave. And I'm going to let that cook inside for about, depending on your microwave, you want to go by, you know, how fast your microwave cooks. My microwave cooks really fast. So I'm just going to put mine in for about 9 minutes, 30 seconds. 10 minutes at the most. So the potatoes are done. I ended up cooking them in here for 10 minutes. And this is how they turned out. Be careful when you remove the lid. If you can see that steam, it's very, very hot. So be careful when you take the lid off. So I'm just going to take a fork and pierce it and make sure it's soft.
Wow. Aaron.
I'm
getting us. Wow.
Okay, so you see how soft it is? They should break easily. And you can stir them around in the seasoning. And that's how they turn out. You can use less water if you want. Sometimes I don't use that much water, so there's very small amount of sauce in the bowl. Or you can, you know, have about this much and you can put a little of the sauce over the potatoes. So I'll show you the food once it's plated up. But this is how you make the easy microwave potatoes with basil.